Welcome the bands back together here at the home base. Stanford Steve alongside. I'm Scott Van Pelt. It's SVPod. Red is at our feet.
Nap time.
Very excited when he heard the word. He knows Frosty Paw. I can't say it. He knows WALK. That gets him. But you say the P word.
Yeah, that P word.
That other P word. Podcast. And I don't know why he's so excited. I mean, you just want to lay on the rug here? Or what do we? I mean, they got some treats for him in the back.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I don't even know. What's
behind the wall?
I don't even know what they're doing back there.
Wall of treats.
Treat wall? House of treats. Welcome back, big man. I know you've been out amongst the people. We talked on Saturday night about the scene in Columbus. And again, I just can't say enough about what an amazing scene that was and how incredible the folks at Ohio State were. That was spectacular. The weekend from Thursday through Friday, and Thursday through Labor Day, Monday in college football, you got games in all these windows, and they were big time. We'll get to the Miami game on Sunday, which was serious. But you were just in Chapel Hill last night. And I know it from my college days and going down to Chapel Hill. It's incredible. You know it from your legendary official visit. Number one recruit in the country. No big deal. Keenan is a tremendous atmosphere and vibe. And, buddy, it sure looked like they were ready to light the fuse. You were in the mix. Give me the build up in the pregame.
As good as a day as you could have. Like 75 and sunny on that campus. And
Franklin Street.
Oh, my Lord. Just the whole bit. Seeing it now with all the, obviously every college camp we talk about all the time, construction and everything. But they've done a lot of work to that place in that area, and they have plenty of money. Funding's not a problem.
Not an issue.
But you go from the bell tower to the stadium, it's as pretty as you can get. And got a buddy, Chad, that lives there and is a season ticket holder for, I think 4 years now. And he's just, I was like, it's going to be different. I'm telling you, the energy is going to be different. I could just sense it. They haven't had this many sellouts, and it was already done.
Notorious wine and cheese crowd.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Like, that's always been the rep. They know it, so don't get upset. You guys with your little Argyle bit, you're whatever the hell you got. You got a lot. You don't have a whole lot of energy and aggression. Like, it's just not what Carolina does.
No.
Kind of above it. Little white zin, little Beaujolais. Like, you guys, I'm not saying you can't get deep in the bourbon and either. I'm just saying it isn't hostile.
No.
It's refined.
It's that nice. It really is. And the Carolina blue is everywhere.
And that's not right. It's not a knock. That's actually, in many ways, it's kind of a compliment that you guys don't act like hillbilly rubes. You guys are refined. But you lack some of the passion and fury that really fuels this sport often. But there was a sense that maybe last night it'd be there.
Yeah. And I also will give them credit. They have a ton of fans. Like Carolina, whether you want to talk basketball, the university, they're big numbers. I
agree.
They've redone those end zones like 4 times, I think, since I went to college.
They don't lack for support. It's just not unhinged, like Fury Road nonsense.
No, but you could tell this signing like turned over some leaves where it was like maybe people were off the bandwagon when they brought Mac back and were like, we've already done this. We got to get better, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But it was spectacular, perfect day. And then like you get into the stadium and you sense it. The music's coming.
Here we go.
They're all waiting for them to come out. They got the light show. I've never seen a pregame turn the lights off as much as they do with the wristbands you got now and the light show and the screens. And then our guy Jeff Saturday comes out for the video montage where they're going to run onto the field forever. And it's all Lawrence Taylor, Natrone Means, all those great Julius Peppers.
Peppers was in the building.
All those guys from their playing days where they put on the video. And it ends with Defend the Hill. And they come out and the place is ripping. It's ready to go.
Yep.
And then they get the ball and they go right down the field.
Yep.
And I lean over to Pat, Dez, Teddy Bruschi's down there, and we're all just looking at it because I've never been to a game where I had zero expectations for a team. Not saying they were going to be terrible, not saying they were going to be great. I had no idea when you talk about the 70 roster transfers coming in and him not putting roster numbers on them. It's really hard to gauge. And then you get a sense of, all right, guys are coming out. Lombardi comes out. He's like, we're excited for the opportunity, talking to him. And then TCU got a couple stops and realized what the assessment was of the Carolina offensive line and what they could do defensively. And it was over. And I leaned over to Pat and his guys when they went up 7-0. I'm like, are we going to be here for Carolina hosting a playoff game?
I don't think so.
I don't think so now.
I don't think so.
I think they're good there. But, in this social media deal, Scott, where we are, and when something gets momentum and it just keeps going and going and going and going, listen, that week before the season, everyone thinks they're going to be awesome. Everyone.
Yep.
And then a team that takes that lack of talking about in a matchup of an out-of-conference game where everyone's talking about one side, and they come out and they say, we felt pretty disrespected.
That's what Coach Dyke said afterwards, yes.
And, well, you know what? You're not going to get disrespected again. You came out and you won the game. And the biggest thing I take away, two things. In this, people always want, what about us? We're better than them. They're not that good. We're better. All this. Go out and win games. That's the best way. You want respect. You want attention. You want all that. Go out and win the games. The other thing that really made me think it was that good of a day there. Remember our guy Schlereth would always say, the San Diego Chargers will never win a Super Bowl. It's too nice to go to work every day. It's too nice to stay after and do the little things. He always said that. And yesterday, or I should say this morning, flying out and going back over to camp, I really thought, I was like, man, they got it good. And then you think about the numbers that are coming in, and these guys are getting paid. And are we doing the right thing? Giving these kids all this money? I don't know. But you could sense a difference in lack of Kirby's favorite word at places that we saw for the first time this year. And, I go back to
What's Kirby's favorite word? Lack of what? Aggression?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, Kirby's favorite. I thought you said Herbie.
No, Kirby.
Aggression.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Well, it does. It absolutely does. You've heard me say this because you've known me a long time, that the easiest thing to do for a new coach anywhere is sell optimism. If you're a new ball coach and you come in, buddy, you sell that on defense, we're going to fly to the football, and on offense, we're going to play with tempo and pace. They're not saying we're going to be good or not. We might suck, but we're going to do it fast. On defense, we're going to fly to the ball. You might not tackle anybody, but you can sell that because you just sell the optimism that I'm new, we're new. With the portal, we're going to get a lot of new people. Anyone can sell that. But when Bill Belichick comes in, you don't need to sell any of that bullshit. You just sell 6 rings coming to town. And people are like, damn. And so the pregame, of course the pregame was a over-the-top Bill Belichick, I get no party. That's what it was. Jordan's there. LT's there. Roy's there. Randy's there. Teddy's there. Guys that have ties to him from the Carolina and ties to New England. And it's Carolina royalty. And of course the pregame is going to be about, man, you got a 6-time Super Bowl winning coach coaching college ball. And they went out and brought in 70 people. And so that was what was talked about. And it only made sense that was what was talked about beforehand. And I don't blame Sonny for doing the exact smart thing. Don't say a word. And then before the game goes out, say to your team, fellas, nobody said one thing about us. Let's make sure they're talking about us when this game ends. And they beat the brakes off Carolina. Carolina's lines are bad. Bad. It was wide open lanes and long touchdowns, and it looked easy. There was a stat in the middle of the third quarter. It was like 400 yards to 100. It was that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's easier to sell than optimism, and nothing's harder to stomach than reality. And the reality in Chapel Hill on Tuesday morning is, oh. So I guess we're not good. Not right now, you're not.
Yeah.
Not today, you're not. You'll get better. And here's the good news for Carolina. And this is, I'm not selling optimism, I'm selling reality. The reality is you're lucky because you don't have to play SMU or Georgia Tech or Louisville or Miami or Florida State. You don't have to play the better teams in the ACC. I think they might have ducked somebody else. Now, those are the ones that wrote down. SMU, Tech, Miami, Florida State, Louisville. Don't have to play any of them. Now, you got Clemson coming in. But if that's what you are, and part of it's that TCU is a 9-win football team with continuity. Hoover's a good quarterback.
Really good.
They looked the part. Let's talk about them. They've got, in a couple of weeks, they've got a back-to-back weeks with SMU and Arizona State.
Yeah.
Got a chance. One's at home, and one I want to say SMU. It's not in Dallas; it's in Fort Worth, and then Arizona State's on the road. So this is a 9-win team. A coach that took a program to the playoff not long ago. They were on the wrong end of the aggression that night, but hey, they've lived it, and they're good. But Carolina, all that fun and the party that we were witnessing beforehand, and the pregame, which was not inappropriate, was appropriate. I mean, the usual suspects on social media bitching about what ESPN's doing. What are we supposed to do? It's Bill Belichick's coaching a college game. You're going to talk about this 6-time Super Bowl winner. And then afterwards, with Dusty Dvorak and with Herbie, I talked about TCU because that's who you should talk about. They were better, and Carolina was, okay, that's what it is today. They got Charlotte coming in. They should be able to handle that one.
They go to Charlotte.
I beg your pardon. We're on to Charlotte. Load up the bus. It's a short trip.
Yeah. No, in this world of the portal and this before the first game, you don't know what your floor is, and now you do know. Or maybe where your basement is. And they just got to worry about themselves. They got to get better with themselves and not worry about who they're playing week in and week out. And that's the way I think Belichick does it best.
He said it. I mean, it's boring. I get it. There were some odd sort of like, someone suggested it looked like a kid's birthday party. A lot of balloons around the post-game presser area. I don't know if those will be there next time. But I mean, he's, look, we got to get better, got to coach. I mean, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But
they know that.
No one knows it more than he does.
Yep.
So that's what that was. Chapel Hill's pretty good, though.
Oh, my God.
Think you would have had fun if you would have gone there?
I wouldn't have made it out.
No.
I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, but you'd have had a lot of fun.
Oh.
You'd have peaked at 21. It would have been that would have been a summit, though, brother. That would have been up in the clouds.
Man.
Yeah, Chapel Hill is serious.
Good.
Want to talk about the game Sunday night?
Yeah.
There's a lot there.
Mm-hmm.
Before the week started, you said the 6 teams that are playing in the high-profile games, all 6 are playoff teams regardless of what happens.
Still believe it. Feel good about it.
I agree. I get Arch wasn't good. Dusty and I went through the tape, and I said to him, like, the Arch didn't ask for people to anoint him, and he's also not as bad as people are saying after the fact. I said, was there stuff on the tape that concerned you? He goes, yeah, because he didn't look comfortable, and he didn't look like a guy. But it was his first game. There's time. I'll tell you what, Carr looked comfortable and looked like a guy for Notre Dame. Impressed me. Impressed me. But just like with Florida State, and we said this Saturday, there's teams, there's programs, or if you like in college ball, programs they just make the sport better. And Miami, you guys play victim. You love to play victim. Everybody hates us. I love you. I want you to be good. I just don't want I don't want all that fake swag. I don't want that. I want it to be real. I want you to be the you. And Sunday night, that was a high-level football game, back and forth. My man Bain, number 4 on defense. Good gracious. And what's the guy? Malachi, what's his last name?
Mazador. Oh,
Tony, right?
Oh, yeah, the freshman receiver.
Yeah. I mean, look, Miami's always got dudes. If you can just keep a small percentage of South Florida in South Florida, you're going to have a chance. But Tony, he had, 6 for 82 and a tutty. The C.J. Daniels catch is Beckham, but maybe better in some respects because of how he made it, where he made it on the field in a half, kind of flip of momentum, gave him a lead. I just think everything that Miami's tried to be, hoped to be, said they would be. All right, it's 4 years for Cristobal. It's time. And I don't think the clock management and game management was awesome late. I always feel like he's trying to figure out a way to hand somebody something. It's like, Mario, dock the boat, put it to bed. They won, but it felt like they were real conservative before they kicked an awfully long field goal, but they made it. I don't want to bog it down with minutiae. It's a big-time win, but Notre Dame can impress in a loss, and they did. What'd you see?
I saw, you mentioned Bain and the other defensive end, Mesidor, take the game over. And when I talked about Miami coming into the season, the unknown was losing your top 6 pass catchers. And you had a Carson Beck. I forgot who it was, but I heard somebody talking about Carson Beck. They were like, look at him. When's the last time you saw him smile on the sidelines?
Yeah, and there's a lot there, man. He got into a rare space where dating an influencer, or you're living like a TMZ life that a lot of college quarterbacks don't. You're a big man on campus, but you're not known. And then he gets hurt. And the way he talks, there's just a lot of extra stuff that he seemed to have swirling around him that not every college kid does. In fact, not many do. Does that seem fair?
Yeah. And everybody points to last year and why it didn't work out. And, the number one team in drop passes. But Georgia's offensive line was never right last year. And then you look at him the other night in a place where he looked really comfortable dropping back and throwing. Why? Because he was getting protected against a really, really good defense.
And he's talked about their O-line in a way that the Georgia folks took great umbrage at, that it's kind of nice to have all this time. Like Beck made that point.
Oh, yeah.
But this is before the season started. And I get what he's doing. He's just saying, I'm happy to be here. And he said, these guys are brothers. I've never, loved the game and loved a team like this. So the folks in Athens are going to take it quite personally. I get that. And that's just the way they're wired. Aggression. But back to Beck. Go ahead.
Yeah. So my questions were about the skill guys on the offense, which Miami seems to never have a problem with.
Never.
But continuity, he didn't do spring ball. I don't know what the receivers are there. But what I really liked was what they had coming back on both lines of scrimmage. Then they get a Traore kid who was Rutgers' best defensive player. He comes in, and the ferocity they play on the defensive line and the different, you watch the game, they have difference makers. I thought was really, really promising. And knowing what Mario likes, knowing his offensive line background, you could tell he really, really likes this group of guys. The new defensive quarter came in. He came from Minnesota. It's more of a basic thing where we're going to simplify everything and let our guys play fast. Whereas Miami prior, you saw a bunch of exotic blitzes, whether it was down and distance, formations would change things, and they wouldn't play with the same speed. They look great the other night. And on the other side, I give Marcus Freeman, his teams always come back, and you're sitting there how 21-7, how the hell are they going to do this? We're kind of getting beat up on the offensive line. Love hasn't done much in the run game. Our receivers had a couple drops and fumbles. What are we going to do? But again, they got a tight end that's good in Reardon, and Carr made some plays, breakdown in coverage by a linebacker on a crosser, and Notre Dame gets back in that game. But Miami, I think, you said you want to dock the boat. It's a lot easier said than done.
That's fair.
When you have a group like that.
That's fair.
I go back to it. Quarterback's favorite thing they do in practice is 2-minute. That was the situation they were in. Notre Dame, people are going to say you scored 2. You can't get into the scoring too early, dude. You're down 7 on the road to a top 10 team. You're playing football.
This is real life in the elements.
Yeah. It's
come on.
NCAA 26.
Right. You got to score when you can score. And go ahead.
But very, very high level.
Yep.
And probably when I haven't gone back to LSU Clemson, but it's going to be hard. I mean, that was obviously we watched it live, but I don't think like you get the sense of the physicality. I don't think there was a game more physical than this Miami-Notre Dame game. There were some collisions.
It was high level good on good for 60, and in the elements, nighttime, edge to the crowd. I mean, God bless Michael Irvin. That man lives with a passion that is just unmatched. And they got legends, man. It's the same kind of thing as Florida State. And I said this on SportsCenter on Monday night. Like, Maryland was in the ACC when Miami came in. And the whole reason that the ACC punted on its basketball pedigree and background was for football. And the whole idea was we're going to have Miami on one side, we're going to have Florida State on the other. It's going to be awesome. They're going to play each other in the championship game. Think how great that'll be. Well, sure, if it ever happens, and it hasn't. Not once. And Miami has not held up its end of the bargain. That's facts. You get mad, well, I want you to be great because it's more fun when you are. Everybody wants to see that energy and edge. It's just like what you talked about with Florida State and what we talked about Saturday. It's a proud program with incredible history, incredible depth of history, as many absolute stud Hall of Famers at every position. You've got them. But like I always say, man, I used to have sweet hair. You know what I don't need now? A brush. So what you need is that to be a 25 thing, a 2025 thing. And both Florida State and Miami went out on big-time stages against big-time opponents and looked the part. And I mentioned who TCU's got coming up, a couple of big-time games, a couple big ones for Miami. And don't look past the Bulls of South Florida now.
State championship on the line.
Don't look past the Bulls. Mess with the Bulls, get the horns. They thumped Boise State. And Miami plays back-to-back weeks. How about it, South Florida? They get Miami and Florida back-to-back. So does Miami and Florida. It's like a round robin.
Yeah.
And so you win the big one. That ain't the finish line. It's a starting block. And as you and I said on Saturday night, if Ohio State could lose the last game they played on their home field in November last year, Texas can lose at Ohio State in August, and it isn't disqualifying. Notre Dame can lose on the road in Miami. That might have been September 1st by the time they played the game, but for argument's sake, the Labor Day weekend, they'll be okay. They lost to Northern Illinois last year and made the playoff. So these aren't disqualifying losses. And as you said, both teams looked. Had Notre Dame won, it would have felt like, okay, that's a reasonable outcome to this game. Would have been a hell of a comeback, but it would have meant I didn't go 4-3 and winners. Winning week, baby! Woo! Giddy up! Had some fun on Bad Beats last night.
I thought you were going to lose your voice.
I was just excited to relive the moment where UTSA took us to cover time.
Got you there.
Yeah, they did. So that's how the week wrapped up. I said on SportsCenter, best win of the week was LSU because of who they beat, where they beat them, and who Clemson had coming back. Most important wins, plural, for any conference, clearly Miami and Florida State doing what they did. You can't top that. And that ends week one. And then now you settle into week two. You guys are going to Norman. That's a big one. You don't get nearly the level of game this week, but whatever. We got ball. So
I'm super excited because there's some absolute game records on both defensive sides in this game. And you're gonna earn this win, whoever it is. And you got the Underwood dynamic, who I thought looked comfortable, and Mateer, who I was impressed with his arm strength. I know they're playing an inferior opponent, but they still struggle to run the football. So,
and remember what we talked about Saturday night with that targeting on Barham for Michigan.
Yeah.
I mean, that went all the way up the food chain. Yeah, Tony Petitti, the Big Ten commissioner, and the Big Ten, they were arguing it wasn't that. It was upheld. So, number one, and Maize and Blue will not be on the field for the first half. Now they've got some depth at that position, but he is a game record game-changing type of player. I mean, again, as I said Saturday night, when it comes to targeting, you show a replay in slow motion and half the fans watching will go, textbook definition of the rule. The other people go, let him play. It's not targeting. What's he supposed to do? I don't have a good answer. I mean, I think his face mask hit him because that's where his head is. I don't know. I hate the rule, but I get it. That's the only way I can put it.
Yeah, we had a bunch of discussions on our calls this week. We're actually thinking about bringing the head of officials on.
To show that play?
No, not even that one. The LSU catch. Because now we see it everywhere. And Herbie brought it up because he's dumbfounded now. He's just, I give up. What's a football move?
I don't know that. And
that's the one.
And what boggles my mind is if you hand the ball to a runner who jumps over the line of scrimmage, the only thing that has to happen is the nose of the ball cross a plane, instant touchdown. You got a receiver for LSU who catches it. If that's not a football move and he runs through the thing, why do you have to survive the ground? What the fuck does that mean?
He crossed the goal line.
A runner does that, and it's a touchdown. A receiver has it, runs with it, crosses the goal line. That's it. The minute the ball crosses the goal line, it's a touchdown.
Because
runner doesn't have to survive the run. I'm sorry to cut you off, but think about how many times you'd see like the Drew Brees play or the Matthew Stafford, and the second, and if it reaches over, now the guy bats it out, the ball's free. Doesn't matter. It's already a touchdown. It applies no common sense or logic or reason to something that could be fixed if you added any of those things.
Yeah, because the end zone's its own animal. Whereas, if I catch a ball over my head and I'm in the NFL, right, and it's high up, I got to jump for it. I toe tap with my feet. I have the ball, and then I get hit. I caught the ball. I had 2 feet in. What matters happens after. Whereas in the middle of the field, that's a fumble. So there's still. And Coach Saban brought up the point. He's like, you got to realize they read that book, and the book is the book. And I'm like, well, I don't. And then Herbie brought up the football move, because I would make the argument on the catch in the LSU game going over the pylon. If I catch it one-handed and I tuck it, that's a football move.
Of course it is.
And then you have the idea with the pylon. If I have the ball in my hand and I reach and hit the pylon, touchdown, dead ball. So, but he went over the pylon and landed out of bounds.
Didn't survive. Oh, God, it drives me nuts. I think I lost a fantasy game on Devontae Smith touchdown for the Eagles last year. We've gone the other way in the NFL, where if you had the ball in the tips of your fingers for a split second, that's catch.
They just freeze it as soon as it touches the tips.
That's catch. That doesn't seem like logic or reason are being applied either. And in the Smith situation, I'm pretty sure I lost a fantasy game because of him diving in the end zone.
And that's another thing that drives me nuts about red zone. Watching it, you feel like you've never. I shouldn't say this. A lot of the times you lose what the call was because they don't go back to it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's why I watch the games.
I got the 4. I love that feature. That's on the app. You could do that thing with it on YouTube or wherever you watch your stuff. Just the ability to have 4 going. Good times.
Mr. Technical.
Not really.
Yeah. Are you growing a goatee?
I meant to shave.
What's going on?
I
actually think it looks all right.
No, it doesn't.
You got a little gray in there?
A little.
Look like Bruce Arians.
What's the over-under?
You went on TV last night like that?
I did. I want to know what's the over-under a number of times Bruce Arians says motherfucker on with Pat today. Take the over. He is one of the most fun humans to talk to. He's awesome. Very colorful language and just a dude, man. No, I forgot. I meant to shave.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming in.
It really isn't.
It is.
I can't grow a beard. Yeah, I guess maybe there's a little bit in there.
There you go.
I don't know. Not a lot. I'd be a terrible hockey player, mostly because I can't skate. But then when it came time for playoff beers, although I didn't think this year, I don't feel like these
guys are getting a little cute.
Yeah, fellas.
Touching it up and they don't sell it.
We'll reach out to my guy, Maurice. He's my guy. I talked to him once in my life, but I love him. Paul, let's tell the Panthers next spring when you guys run it back for a 3-peat. Let's grow it out. See what we got. Can we pivot to the Sunday Bowl? You got anything else?
No, go ahead.
Well, starts Thursday.
Yeah.
Then we got a Friday game.
Season preview. Predictions. Go.
I don't have predictions. I'll leave that to the other shows that traffic and things of that nature. I make my predictions on a weekly basis on Thursday.
You got to do 10, though.
Thursday. Well, that I'll do. We'll write our season picks.
I got one before we go on.
Please.
Who would you rank number 1 in college football?
It's a great question. Ohio State.
Okay.
They beat Texas. They were 3. They beat Texas. That game, like 200 yards of offense, I don't know. But you play with an edge, and that defense has got, I don't know how many pros, but it's a long list, and you lost a long list of pros. Ohio State's number 1. They played Texas. They beat them. The most impressive win to me was LSU. Wherever you want to put Miami's fine. The Florida State one's interesting because I loved how they looked, and I think they look totally different than last year. I need some context on what Bama. There were concerning things about Bama, but Florida State should be high. Would you throw the Buckeyes 1 as well?
I had Penn State 2 going in, and I had LSU down around 8 or 9, and I'm like, this is tough. I'm gonna put mine out.
Are you
today.
a voter, or you?
No,
or the Stanford Steve Twitter?
Yeah. Top 15.
Okay,
we're gonna go top 15
every week.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. I love that.
But I'm going to lose my mind because it's going to happen. I haven't seen the AP poll. I think it comes out today. Alabama cannot be ahead of Florida State.
It
can't.
Shouldn't be.
So that's what was interesting to me. How far do you drop Texas and Clemson? Losing those games, and Notre Dame, for that matter. So
they shouldn't drop far.
Because, like I brought up on our call, you have those teams that played and lost the top 10 matchups, and then you have the teams that played nobodies that are at the top of the polls. Your Georgia, Penn State.
Right.
And the thing with Penn State is
they're
doing this for a month.
They don't play anybody until they play Oregon.
So it's a fine line. I don't hate your team.
I'm pretty sure Penn State's,
I rank them loser.
I'm pretty sure Penn State's pretty good. They just don't. They're not going to get a chance to demonstrate that relative to their sort of peer group for a little bit. I just saw AP poll comes out 2 Eastern time. We love you. We're not going to talk until 2 Eastern time. We got man's been
draft.
away. Speaking of drafts, the wives had a draft at the house last night that turned into a full-on pool party.
Yeah.
I'm sitting at work. I'm like on the ring cam. I'm like, there's 20 kids in our pool. What the fuck's going on? Oh, this is awesome. They have fun?
Oh, yeah. I came home this morning. I got home, and they were a couple Band-Aids, maybe climbing up the wall a little too fast.
There's a rock formation that was not meant to be a diving board, but has become one.
Hey, you give kids options, they're going right
what's
to the
the
top.
highest thing we can jump off that we can reach without a ladder? Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, I told the story. The very, very first day we were here, I looked out, my youngest kid's on top of the rock wall jumping off. I'm like, oh my gosh, here we go. But no, it looked like a party here.
Yeah, we were working.
Yeah, y'all have fun. Although we will have our draft tonight.
Yes.
Got a B in my draft grade last night, so we'll see.
Keeping receipts.
I just say this. You do the mocking, and then you get to your pick. And there was a guy I wanted. I'll just say it because it has nothing to do. I wanted Nico Collins.
Okay.
All my mocks, got him. Nico gets sniped in front of me. You got to have a plan B. And I spun into disarray. Lost poise.
Oh, boy.
Lost poise. And I felt like the whole thing was, I don't know. I lost my poise.
You still haven't recovered.
Kind of. But tonight it's real simple. Just say Bijan and off you go.
Okay.
Unless number one goes that route, and then you just say even faster, Jamar Chase. Very simple. Because NFL ball begins Thursday, then we have a Friday game in Brazil because we're not content till we have a game in Antarctica.
Right. What time is that game?
Night.
Where are they playing? Brazil?
Sure. There are 8 division games. The first 2, Philly, Dallas, Chiefs, Chargers, both divisional games. I like that. It gets stacked super heavy on the back end. Washington and Philly, 2 of the last 3 weeks, they play one another, which if Philly's, although Philly's schedule is outrageous,
no back-to-back home games.
But if they're as good as they were last year, like that last game may mean nothing, or it could mean everything, and then NBC just flexes to it, and then they get their Detroit-Minnesota game that they got last year. But 8 divisionals to start it off. But there's one game that I think is the most interesting to me, and I haven't heard it talked about at all, although it is only Tuesday. I just think Baltimore and Buffalo Kansas City Buffalo is what everybody talks about, understandably so. But that Baltimore-Buffalo game last year has everything that a game can have. And Lamar Jackson, and it's Lamar or Josh MVP, Lamar does MVP things, leads them right down the field for a game-tying score, and then throws a perfect pass to Mark Andrews, a guy you and I both think the world of. And he dropped it. And that was the end of their season. And I saw a statistic this morning, Steve, that blows my mind. But then I thought, well, that number seems big, but they play 17 games now. The Colts, I'm thinking Baltimore, and I'm old. The Ravens with Lamar at quarterback in 52 games have not lost a game by more than 7 points. That's a lot of games to never be on the wrong end of a bad one. Mm-hmm. They're just consistently there. You can beat them, but you got to outlast them, or they got a little help in a drop there. But Baltimore is just, I feel like they're always right there. Everyone wants to see Josh, and I'm right there with Lamar. I feel the same way about him. If either were to get there and have a chance to play for a Super Bowl, I'd be thrilled for either one of those quarterbacks. But to get that as an opener when that was the last game we saw Baltimore play, you can't ask for a whole lot more in terms of a first week. This doesn't mean everything, but it's got a lot of juice to it. And that's where I believe that's the NBC Sunday night game.
Of course it is, because it's the best game. And they get the best game every week.
Well, we'll see. I mean, now that we're in cahoots.
Yeah.
Maybe how's our schedule looking? Now that we're in cahoots. But you know what I'm saying? Like Baltimore, all the offseason conversation in the last month, all it seems to be is like, who's getting reps? Who should you take in your fantasy? Like I don't feel like there's a ton of conversation about
all it is.
About who's going to be what. And honestly, it's who the hell knows? Because I've said forever, and I'll say it for the first month, you mostly don't know. I'll tell you what blew my mind, speaking of a draft, but in a draft last night, like C.J. Stroud, last year, he was one of the first 2 or 3 quarterbacks taken.
Adam.
Their O-line wasn't great. He didn't have a great year. You can get him for free. Like he went like the 14th round last night of a draft. And it's like, I don't know. You get Kirk there. They got the receiver out of Iowa State. They got Nico.
They got 2 receivers out of Iowa State.
I don't know who their running back's going to be, but I don't know.
Chubb?
I guess, but what version of Chubb is he at this point? But I mean, if you're in a fantasy draft and you get a starting running back at the end of it, and his name's Nick Chubb, that seems like a little bit of value. Most overused word in anything now. I really like, that's a value pick. Cool. If you like him, take him. But we're going to be in Chicago.
Yes.
There are 2.
Can't wait.
All 4 teams play each other. Minnesota visits Chicago. Green Bay plays Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Because I think that, I said this on SportsCenter, I'm curious if you feel the same. It would not surprise me if any of those teams made a playoff, and it wouldn't surprise me if Green Bay now with Parsons, like if they were like a team that could make a deep run. I feel like any of those teams could be good, and I would not feel shocked. You can't say that about other divisions, because there's teams that you look at, every team and every division has a team, you're like, well, they're not going to be any good. I don't think the NFC North has one team that I know right now won't be good.
Yeah, and the awesome thing is the quarterbacks. They all have their guy, and I've said for a while now, I need to see more from Jordan Love. Like it's time, and now he's got the injury, and I don't know how much he's done, but they say he's going to be ready for
left hand. Fine.
I mean,
put a splint on it.
And, I mentioned the other day, I was talking to Les Snead about how different this thing is, where it's 2 weeks now before your first game, and how hard do you go? You just got your 53 set up. It's a weird dynamic, and that's why I would be on the opposite side. I don't like the division games early,
really?
And I don't like them late. You have freaking 17 weeks. There's plenty of places to play them where we know the first month of the NFL is preseason. The defense is atrocious. The tackling's atrocious. The guys, the playing shape of guys is atrocious. Just watch it first month. It's every year since they changed the practice schedule. So
and Steve's,
I would say no division games till after week 4.
Master scheduler Steve.
Please give me that job.
We want the Sunday night football games on Monday.
Yes,
thank you. And we would like no division games until we get to October. And then also none in December. So just all divisional games. So round robin in all of October. Actually, you know what? As I say it out loud, it actually makes sense.
Weeks 4 and 12.
So games this week like Texans, Rams.
You want my game of the week?
Raiders, Patriots, I think it is. Like those are fine for you. Your game of the week?
Yeah.
I haven't said it yet, apparently.
No.
Washington, New York?
It's not a division game.
Oh, okay. What is it?
Colts, Dolphins. What are we getting there?
Why?
Interest.
Intrigue?
Value.
Value.
I have no idea what those teams are going to look like. Dimes? Ready?
I don't know. I'll tell you another guy, Pittman. You could get him in the late.
I had him last year again. Terrible.
But he's got dimes out there delivering.
Hey, he's the Sam Darnold this year.
Hot takes.
Comeback player of the year. Miami, I've said it weeks ago, not a person thinks they're going to be good.
Oh, people talk about them like they are absolute ass.
Yeah. Got a little intel on their running back situation last night.
I wish I knew.
But my rule is not to have a running back on a bad football team, because they just melt on your roster.
That means you're looking at Ollie Gordon. Pick him up.
Oh, there's 4 guys they got.
Ollie Gordon. He's going to have a big role. Pretty good.
Looks good. Thin.
I forgot to mention one thing.
You're not running the football when you're down 17-0 every week.
When we mentioned, I said Miami and people think they might be buns, and that made me remember, number 29 for Miami, O.J. Frederick Jr. wears like Daisy Dukes shorts. Just incredible. Full-on shorts. Entire thigh out. Which is fine. That's the look for the youngsters now.
Somebody's going to get a helmet to the knee, and it's going to
the knee pad's not going to protect you in that case.
It'll protect you, then nothing.
I was going to thank you. That's the point. If you get like leg planted knee helmet, that's not a knee pad won't help you, but it'll help better than nothing. And like, you know what? Like throw a picture of Eric Dickerson on. Another 29, ironically enough. Mm-hmm. He was like full body armor. Worked all right for him. Just a different time. Back to Miami Dolphins. People do talk about them like they are just not good.
And I will make the point.
How does anyone know?
People feel like they know what Buffalo is, right?
I mean, yeah, that's.
But the Jets, the Patriots, the Dolphins, I put them all in the same category. I don't know.
No?
You talked about the NFC North, how you love it. All things, it won't surprise you if they're in the playoffs or not. I have no idea about those other 3 teams in the AFC East.
Right. I mean, okay. And actually, the fantasy piece does help frame the way you look at a team. And like with that in mind, you say the Jets. I have no idea. Fields? Okay. What is he? Who knows? How could you?
Breece Hall was the first running back taken in drafts last year.
Now people are talking about him like, ooh, Braylon Allen, going to be a timeshare. Is it? Pretty sure Hall's pretty good. I'm pretty sure he is. So it's the thing that's different. Like, look, there's college football mystery makes sense because guys graduate, the portal, it's moving all over. You have all these moving pieces. You have no idea. But then there's a team, Arizona Cardinals. They got I'm just looking on the screen and I see them and I go, all right,
Must win.
You need to beat Rattler out of the gate. All due respect.
What's that line?
I have no idea.
6?
Give me the Saints for the limit.
Oh, my Lord.
All of it.
Gotta be one. That's a bigger spread than the Commanders. That line keeps coming down.
People like that giant defense. The point I'm trying to make about Arizona, I'm not making any points at all because I'm not talking about them, is just that's a team where you feel like you should know who the people are. And do you have any idea what they'll be? Not really. I look at that division and go, San Francisco, you benefit from an easy schedule, at least on paper, and you should probably be able to manage your schedule. But I really like the Rams.
I picked them to go to the Super Bowl.
Did you?
Yep.
Based on?
Roster, coach. Obviously, I'm thinking being optimistic about Stafford. They say he's going to start. I just love the team makeup. I think Devontae is set up to have in a great spot. I mean, who else would you want to play for in the league?
And McVay, get him out there. Yeah, we got Stan. Look, he's a tough guy, man. He's battling, trying to stack days.
I think the biggest wild card.
That's my McVay imitation.
Division's great.
Seattle. What are they?
Be careful. Because I feel like you're gonna like teams are gonna go back there and they're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on here? It's raining sideways.
The 12s?
McDonald's dialing up defenses all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Did Sam I Am get it going? Kenneth Walker come back here? And that guy's right. He's pretty good.
Charbonnet.
Value.
I like that division because I feel like there's intrigue with all those teams.
Love all the teams.
Okay.
You know, you got Kyler running around. They'll be trailing in games, coming back. McBride's an absolute stud.
Is he your number one tight end target? Who's your number one tight end target?
That's tough.
He
might be.
He is a number one gobbler.
He's fantastic. Very well balanced, too.
He's an excellent player.
Got a lot of game.
Yeah, he does.
What's the most mysterious running back situation?
Ooh. I mean, there's so many that are. People are talking themselves into Scattaboo being the guy with New York. I think Tracy's the running back.
I was just thinking of that team.
I mean, that's the one that people, because Scattaboo's a guy. It's a perfect storm. He looks like a Marvel character, like a head like an anvil.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tackle him. He plays for this underdog playoff team. They make it. They battle. He's tough as nails. And then he gets drafted into a situation where the Giants were buns last year. So maybe you didn't pay attention to know that Tracy actually was good for them.
Really good.
Okay. Well, so you talk yourself into like, oops, Scattaboo. He's the guy. I think Tracy's now, whatever. The Miami situation, no one knows, like Achane is like lower leg. Okay, now we know it's calf. And now there's like, ooh, well, I really like the guy. Was it Jalen Wright from Tennessee 2 years ago? Really like him. No. Ollie Gordon went like the 7th round of a draft. I mean, like, what? Okay. I mean, hey, I like him as an insurance policy too. I'll tell you the answer. The number one.
Hold on. Before that, there's 2 others that are fantasy waiver wire lifers.
Gaskin? Is he still there?
No, on the Dolphins.
Jeff Wilson?
Yes. And Hasty.
No.
Yes.
Come on.
I was going through the roster with a scout last night. I'm like, oh my God.
I'll tell you the most uncertain running back situation. Because there's 3 of them.
Oh, now we're getting intel, people. This is what you do when you're not watching shows. Got it. Here we go. I want it.
Jacksonville. Because everyone fell in love with Tank Bigsby last year.
Bigsby.
ETN had a rough year. I should know. I took him in 3 leagues. It was not a great year. Then What's my guy's name from Virginia Tech? Tuten.
Little Scooter.
Him. Is he him?
No.
Not yet. But ETN and Bigsby go in like the same round of drafts. And one draftee is going to be the starter and the other one won't.
Okay.
But Cohen likes to
mix it up.
Get guys involved. ETN in the passing game maybe more. I don't know. But how many teams have these questions where you're like, who's the dude?
Who are the other two?
I just said they have three.
I thought you said there was three teams.
No. I said there's three.
I got you.
There's three guys on Jacksonville that, I mean, it's really two, and then the third is just the some rookie's going to come out of nowhere.
Who's the retread that Dallas got?
Javonte Williams?
Yeah.
Why has it got to be a retread? Maybe the situation wasn't.
Because I took him in his first snap. He tore his ACL 2 years ago.
I mean, man, it's a
What
real
about Denver.
It's a real human who had an injury. Okay, keep going. You could do this for every team. People are drafting.
Why do you like this?
What?
Why do you like this? You don't know.
I don't like it.
And you're throwing millions of dollars in the leagues.
Million, plural. It's all right, because Wednesday night, I'm going to get 1.3 billion with a B, and I'll see you later. Tell that man to bring me my money.
Denver.
RJ Harvey being talked about like he is the guy.
Oh, he could go.
I know. But J.K. Dobbins is there. Like he's being slept on like a mattress. Come on. Show that man his respect. That guy's all he's done is fought through injury and get off the deck again and again. He was good for the Chargers last year. Who the hell's a Chargers guy? Oh, it's this Omar at Hampton. Najee's out there, got hit in the face with fireworks or something. I hope he's okay, but now they're like, maybe he's going to play. Who the hell knows anything? We got a draft tonight. You're just guessing.
Correct.
So why do I like it?
Yeah.
Gives me something to do.
If we're just guessing, too, we don't need everyone to bring computers.
Yeah, but you want to know what the football guys say.
Oh, stop it.
I'm going to have my cards. I'm going to have my cards with my people.
Okay.
And then,
Does anyone think Jaden Daniels could have a sophomore jinx?
Yes.
Anyone think Bo Nix could have a sophomore jinx?
No one seems to think that. I think Washington, the schedule they face is a challenge. And I don't know. I know Camp. I don't think Camp was awesome, but I mean, you don't have Terry out there for much of it, or any of it. So I don't know how great it was supposed to go. I don't know. We saw him play like 4 snaps, and he ran around and scored, and almost got crushed on this touchdown. And DQ saw that, and Coach Quinn said, "There'll be no more of that. There'll be no more of that." So again, it's a mystery, but that's fine.
Okay.
What pick do you guys have tonight?
6.
Is that dead zone?
It's awful.
You're in that spot where you got to figure out, do we do it or don't we?
Yeah. Every round.
And by do we do it or don't we, I mean, you're Stanford bro. You take him or don't you?
Stanford bro. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
McCafferty, as one guy in our league calls him.
Or everyone now.
Well, one guy called him McCafferty, and we all thought it was funny, so he's now McCafferty. You take him at 6. I guess we'll find out tonight.
Yeah. Maybe he's not there.
He went earlier than that in the draft I did last night. That's one of those things where if he's healthy and he's the guy he was before last year, you're sitting there watching him play and you're like, all I had to do was take this. It was free, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was smarter than what the past told me to be. But you know what? It's people get scarred. They took him first, and then they're like, I'm not doing it again. Anyone can get hurt on any play.
Yeah. Keep firing.
6th.
Awful.
Are you the GM of that team, or you just sit there and drink like 12 Coronas and occasionally fire in with one of the people that some GM told you?
I'm Steve Jones.
Okay. Steve Jones.
Yeah.
Fuck does that mean?
Owner's Jerry.
So, okay. So Jerry's going to do what Jerry wants to do.
Correct.
So you're just there to drink 12 Coronas. That's fine. It's fellowship. It's a good. Yeah. How about like weekly? Like, who do we start? Like, you got some.
Oh yeah.
You got a little help there.
Oh yeah. We got.
Well, that's okay.
Bi-weekly meetings.
Hey man, that's
a process.
Okay. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah. Your kids ever go back to school?
This morning.
Oh,
buddy, let me tell you. The folks that listen to us down south.
They're the market period's ending down there.
Exactly. You guys have got your first semester grades. My children did the sign. I want to be a. Charlie last year was I want to be a boss. I love that one. Today, NBA player.
Oh.
He's up the ante. My one son years ago wanted to be an airplane. All right. Dream big, buddy. You want to fly the airplane? Nope. Want to be one. All right. NBA player. I think the guy that wanted to be an airplane now says he wants to be a skier. So I guess
water skier?
No snow. No, he likes to shred on the powder.
Oh.
Out of he's out there in the trees at in Beck. No, he could cut it up.
How old is he?
Damn.
Yeah.
9.
Shred and Beck.
He's not afraid. Take me. Where's the top? Which one takes me to the top of the mountain? I'll see at the bottom. So I don't know if I guess that's just, although it changes yearly. I'm going to have a sit down and have a heart to heart. It's like, pick a lane, son, and devote yourself to it. No, I think we'll just let him next year say he wants to be a tree. I don't give a shit as long as he's happy. Be the best happy tree you can be. So
yeah.
It's really all it's about. But yeah, they went back.
Okay.
Thank God. I'm a lousy camp counselor. One of the moms I saw over the weekend, I was like, listen, if you bring like a pyramid of champagne glasses, I will get the good stuff. And I'll be the guy, I'll pour it on the top one and just let it cascade down. And we will get shithoused at school at 8:30 in the morning. Because we are all in the same mindset. Thank you. 8-pound, 6-ounce baby Jesus with your little fists all balled up. Thank you that they went back to school. I have a programming note on the way out.
Oh.
I have a prop for this. See what I hold in my hands right here? You're like, wait, that looks like, is that the scepter from Angry Runs? It is. How did you get one? Kyle Brandt gave it to me. I'm such a fan of Kyle's and have been forever. I think he is, in our business, they call you talent. That implies that you have it just because you talk into a microphone. I think he is as talented as anybody that does what we do. A brilliant guy. And now I guess we're not official, but teammates in a way. NFL Network. Of course, he's doing stuff on the network level as well. He's one of those guys that you want to hate him because he was a soap opera guy and he went to Princeton. He's an Ivy League guy that's really good looking. Like, fuck that guy. That's what you want to say. Then you'd meet him, you're like, no, actually, hell yeah, that guy's awesome. And as I say, I've been a huge fan of his and his work. And he's doing something which debuts on Vice Wednesday, 9 Eastern. And it's called After Further Review. And it's a really cool concept where you take great games from the past, sit down and rewatch them with athletes, celebrities, things of that nature. I believe the first one's 95 NFC Championship game, Packers, Cowboys. And you got Emmitt Smith. Like, imagine sitting down and doing that and reliving moments of the highest achievement among some of the greatest that you've ever seen. And then again, you get the celebrity space as well. And it's like fans of the teams, how they processed it, whatever. Anyway, really talented guy with a really cool concept. And that is folks from Omaha are involved. It's coming to Vice believe it's a 6-episode run, but this is the kind of thing where people are going to see it and love it and go, give me more of that. So,
true test if you're going to watch it. You don't watch anything.
Yeah, but I have this channel.
Drafts are over. You have more time now.
Can't wait.
Now you get locked in.
Yeah, we got 2 more drafts. Had a draft last night, have a draft Tuesday night, have a draft Wednesday night. Then we're done. Then we got to worry about lineups. Then we got
Wire.
It's so embarrassing how much I love it. I can't wait for next Tuesday when I just start diving in and start spending my fab budget. You know what I mean? You don't even know what that is.
Nope.
Start spending my budget. Can't wait to spend like $380 on some guy that turns out to not catch another touchdown all year. I am the world's worst GM because I get irrational because my pocket's full of cash.
Mm-hmm.
I was that guy. You get your. If I got like $1 for whatever for chores for allowance, straight to 7-Eleven. I knew exactly what I could get for it. You could get a soda and a candy bar. Done. Now soda's $2.29 or whatever. You buy groceries?
Yeah.
You're the one. You go to the teat.
Yeah.
When I scan stuff across and it's like everything that goes across, I'm like, that costs that much?
You self-checkout?
That's a scam, by the way. When I was at the airport the other day, I'm like, does anyone work here? You know what? You could just steal it all. Just take it and walk. There's no one there. Who's going to stop you? I work here now? I'm the one that's supposed to check myself out? I don't want to do that. Oh, I guess I gotta. Well, no, I don't. I'm just going to pocket this Diet Coke and walk. Is it bad to admit that you're a thief on I don't actually do it. I'm just thinking that you could and who'd stop you. But the self-checkout at the grocery store it's a scam. So I want someone to do it.
Yeah, that's why you go to the teat.
They bag it for you?
Yeah.
Proper bags?
Yes.
Brown ones?
Either, whatever you want.
That's hot. That's
home run.
That's top shelf customer service right there.
Yes.
Yeah, but I got to drive out there. Like you guys are almost up there in Pennsylvania up there.
Stop it. Stop.
It's out there by Frederick.
You're down by Blacksburg.
I guess so. Downstate. All right. We're back Thursday. NFL, Damian Woody will be with us. Winners, 4-3, no big deal. What'd you go?
2-1.
Winning weeks.
Take it.
All we want. Winning weeks. Stack them. And we're back Saturday night. Will you be in Norman?
Yeah, I'll be in Norman.
And we can do it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
At the Noun.
Enjoy the week. Happy drafting. And we will see you Saturday nights, SVPod.